Well, the last few weeks, what's the mood been like coming into the series?
Yeah, very good. Excited. We've put a lot of pressure on ourselves. There's probably external pressure as well coming into this campaign. But yeah, boys are excited for the challenge ahead. Nice first week, no game. Just gave ourselves time to practice, be as a squad. Sometimes you come in game straight away on the first weekend, and you've had 3 days as a team. Boys coming back from from England, some coming over from France, things like that. So yeah, it's given us real good opportunity to gel and come together. So it's been a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously you're a proud Welshman. You've captained us a few times now. How motivated are you personally to turn this around?
Yeah, massively. I think everybody is, having been involved in the losses that have cooped up to now a nine loss streak, and I think it's not something you ever want to happen, but it's part of the game, and it's our job to change it and get back onto the right side of those results. And I think everybody pull the jersey on. You never walk onto the field to lose a game, but this series we are walking on to win.
Absolutely. Have we reached the point now where the talk of this being a young group has to stop, and it's about getting the result?
Yeah, 100%. I think Will Rowland said in the week, school's out. So I think in terms of us being young, Dav Jenkins said it the best over the Six Nations is, if you're good enough, you're old enough. That age doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think there's been a bit of a grace period around results and boys' experience and getting to grips with international level. But I think the experience that we've got in the group and in the side now, that kind of grace period is gone, and it's about results.
Well, what's going to be the key then to turning this around over the next few weeks, compared to where you've been? What's going to be the thing that's going to get this to start flipping in your favour? Yeah,
I think we just got to be clinical. From the Sun Test, we worked very hard to score our points, our tries, and we probably gave away a couple of soft ones. On the other end, Australia didn't have to work too hard for their points. I think 6 points off kickoffs after we just scored tries, and they scored that chip and chase from their own try line when we had them on the ropes, and Sands tried to keep that ball in. They've ended up picking it off. Just things like that, making teams work harder for their points, because we're working hard for ours, and unfortunately we're probably coughing them up a bit too easily at the minute. So that's a major change for us.
Yeah, I suppose if a team like Fiji as well, that's going to be particularly important, because they really don't need a second invitation.
No, we know they're a dangerous outfit. Last time we faced them was the World Cup, and that came down to the 82nd minute, and everyone was probably edge of their seats, watching that, only to a knock on in the corner. So we know what they're going to bring, the firepower they've got coming back into that setup as well. So we're fully aware of their dangers and how good they are. So yeah, it's about focusing on us, and as we said, just being clinical.
Sorry, just think off the top of my head, have you captained Wales in Cardiff?
No.
How much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, massively. To do it in front of a home crowd, in front of the Principality, I think you'd love to run out on it one day, but to get to lead the team out in that stadium is going to be incredible.
Is this something that you invent yourself from modest kid?
Oh no, it's just, I guess these things fall into place. You work hard, but yeah, it's going to be amazing. Cheers, thank you.
Just one for you, just picking up from what Mark was mentioning about results. Jonathan Humphreys 2 days ago said we want to win ugly. Do you sort of agree with that? Any way, shape or form it comes.
Yeah, 100%. You'd love to put on an incredible game, and I'm sure against Fiji it will be, because that's the brand of rugby that they play. But in years to come, when you look back at a scoreboard, often you don't remember what the game looked like. But if it says 6-3 and you've won, then you're happy. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That probably ties into Bordeaux, because quite a few points ahead when you scored that rolling maul, but it came down to the death.
Yeah.
So it's all about control against them.
Yeah.
How important is that?
Yeah, massively. You know, they're a team that thrive off loose ball and that chaotic fashion of the game. So I think, you know, that word control is very big in terms of, you know, controlling where you are on the field, where you allow them to play, things like that. So yeah, that'd be massive for us.
Matt?
Dewi, how useful is it being as captain to have Nigel Owens sort of giving some sort of insight to you as the captain, as the person who had that relationship with the referee?
Yeah, massively important. You know, especially with the new law changes being trialled this autumn. You know, we've seen last weekend probably a couple of penalties that, you know, we were quite a bit shocked by because we hadn't seen them in previous international matches. So yeah, his insight will be massive for us in terms of communicating to a referee, you know, when's the best time to do it, when does a ref, you know, not really want to hear you talk. So yeah, and in terms of doing that, he's huge for us.
Is that one of the nuances of being captain? You know, you can give the pre-match speech to rouse the lads, but during the heat of the battle, is that something that you have to work on? Yeah,
definitely. I think it comes down to that word control. Again, you know, emotions are massively high in this game. You know, and being able to be in control and maybe calmly walk up to a referee and ask a question, or, you know, just put that subtle doubt in his mind for the next one. You know, things like that are just things that you gotta look at.
You speak to him in French?
Welsh, maybe.
Such a nuance.
Yeah.
How excited are you though? This is, you know, it is like a new start again, isn't it? It's not just these three. We're going to a Six Nations, and you know, we're all looking and hoping for the same thing. But where's the level of excitement on your scale?
Yeah, you know, it's huge. It's through the roof. We're back in Cardiff, back in front of a home crowd, and an opportunity to set the record straight, or you know, turn over a new leaf for this group. Put the losses behind us and start really building momentum into that Six Nations. And
there's some good form, you know, with the players coming in, you know, and he seems to have picked on form.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, selection's not my job. But yeah, you know, boys have trained really well, trained really hard. You know, little groups of boys doing extras together, and you know, just getting familiar with boys you might not be familiar with from club level. So it's been, you know, a lot of hard work from everyone involved. Yeah.
And we mustn't forget you won your last game.
Yeah.
That probably was a good moment, wasn't it? A good learning moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something that we needed as a group. We know it didn't count, you know, as a test match, but for the self-belief in this group that, you know, we can be on the right side of a scoreboard and learning how to win games. You know, again, a game that came down to the death, but it's about learning to see those games out. And I think, yeah, although it didn't, you know, go on our record, it's big for us as a group.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move to Welsh.